I feel that the Denver Nuggets have the brightest future of any team in the NBA. The collective talents they have accumulated over the last 5 years have put them in position to compete for championships for years to come. I feel going forward after this season, any season that doesn't result in a championship for the Nuggets will be a failure. They have earned that, but with that come great expectations. Most of the great players in this league are high draft picks. At the very least, they are drafted in the first round. For a guy who was drafted 41st in the 2014 draft to become one of the best players in the league is very rare. I'm talking about the Joker, Nikola Jokic, one of the most unique players in NBA history. The best player in the 2014 draft will come down to either Jokic or Joel Embiid, and at the moment, Jokic is the best. He is a product of the last 25 years in the NBA. He can run the offense, has three-point range, and he is very effective in the low post, whether it's to score or pass. Becoming an all-star was surprising for a former second-round pick, but for him to become a superstar is remarkable. But the crazy thing is, the player who has surprised the most in the playoffs is Jamal Murray. These playoffs are officially his coming out party. This guy became the first player since Allen Iverson in 2001 to have 3 straight games with at least 40 points in the postseason, and the first player ever to have consecutive games with 40 points and 0 turnovers. You have 2 players on this team doing amazing things. Having just those 2 on the team will give any fan base a reason to be optimistic about the future of the team. But they are not the only reasons why the Nuggets have a bright future. The Nuggets were able to benefit from a lot of teams passing up 2 extremely gifted prospects in the same draft, Michael Porter Jr. and Bol Bol. Those 2 also have all-star potential. We all understand why Porter dropped to the last pick in the lottery. Having back surgery is no joke, but for Bol Bol to drop all the way to the 44th pick is inexcusable. You would think that a team would have to have 2 picks in the lottery for them to have the opportunity to draft these 2 players. Before the back injury, Porter was looked at as a surefire top 3 pick. The Nuggets were patient with him and allowed him to sit for a full year before he stepped on the court. He adds an element to the team that they didn't have before him, an athletic wing scorer at 6'10". He has also contributed to the Nuggets' postseason success this year. Porter has taken and made big shots to help the Nuggets get as far as they have gotten during these playoffs. Now, Bol Bol hasn't gotten any playing time in the playoffs, but the NBA world was buzzing about him during the 8 regular season games in the bubble. Move over Porzingis, there's a new unicorn in the NBA. Jokic isn't the only player on the team with a unique skill set. Bol Bol is 7'2", has good handles for a man his size, can thread the needle with a pass, can rise up from 3 off the dribble, and with a wingspan of 7'7", he can alter and block a lot of shots. A lot of players will have a tough time getting good looks on offense with Bol Bol guarding them. His skill set can possibly give him a chance to play 3 positions. You can just imagine how good a Bol Bol Nikola Jokic combo could be in the next few years. That's scary for the rest of the league. Over the last 2 playoffs, the Nuggets have been a part of 4 playoff series that went 7 games. They became the first team in NBA history to play 4 straight playoff series that went 7 games dating back to last postseason. Some of the young players on the Nuggets have played more Game 7s in 2 years than some players would in their entire career. Just like with the Boston Celtics, the Nuggets won't have much cap space in the next few years, but they won't need it. They have everything you need to compete for championships for at least the next 5 years. Hopefully they don't become the Oklahoma City Thunder in 2012 and not give players like Michael Porter Jr. and Bol Bol the money they deserve when the time comes. It will be expensive to keep them long term, but that's the position they put themselves in. Players like Gary Harris, Jeremy Grant, Monty Morris, Will Barton, and Torrey Craig are the key role players on this team. Gary Harris is one of the team's best defenders. Even though he struggled on offense for much of the season, his defense has been very important in the playoffs. It was Gary Harris who was guarding one of the hottest players in the playoffs in Donovan Mitchell and managed to poke the ball away from behind when the Nuggets were up by 2 points with 13 seconds left in Game 7. Jeremy Grant's progression on offense has been noteworthy. Grant has always been known for his defensive abilities throughout his career. He's given some of the best offensive players trouble, from Brandon Ingram, Giannis, and even Kawhi Leonard. He's an athletic freak with a long wingspan and good lateral quickness. But after shooting only 30% from 3 in his first couple of years in the league, he shot just under 40% in his first year with the Nuggets and his last year with OKC. The Nuggets had missed the playoffs 6 straight years before making it last season, and they missed the playoffs by 1 game in 2018 when they finished 46-36. GM Tim Connolly and head coach Mike Malone has helped change the culture of the Nuggets. Early in Malone's career with the Nuggets, he made it a priority to connect with each and every player in the locker room. Malone proved to all his players that he cared about them and that he believes in them. With that approach, he seems to get the best out of his guys, and it shows with how they play to this day. He has helped create a culture where his players always pick each other up, regardless of the outcome of the game or practice. With all that being said, I feel that the Denver Nuggets have the brightest future of any team in the NBA.